Mallorca 312 training last week, 1 week to go. This time next week it will all be over. Well, at least I hope so. If it's not, then something seriously bad has happened, because today is Sunday and the event is next Saturday. Pretty good week this week. This week has been about tapering. I caught up with Simon, the cycling coach from Velo Performance, earlier in the week about the philosophy around the tapering and what we were doing, why we were doing it. So check that out. It's a good watch, good listen. Anyway, let's have a little catch up at this week's training. Okay, so a little bit different this week because of the tapering, although, yeah, it was still, doing a little bit of effort. It wasn't a total rest. So Monday, typical aerobic ride, just zone 2 on the turbo. No 2 workout Tuesdays. It was just a 1 workout and it was a strength workout, but taking it a little bit easier, not pushing the weights too high, not looking to get any injury. Wednesday, another little aerobic, hour 10, not too bad. So Thursday, higher intensity ride, normal 4-rep workout. So one, I think it's about a 4-minute at threshold, 1 sweet spot at 8 minute, and then 2 sweet spots at 10 minute. Friday, recovery day, and also I'm starting to get a little bit of sleeping hours in here. I'm trying out a Whoop band. I'm thinking if it's good enough for Mathieu van der Poel and can make him successful in Paris-Roubaix, maybe it'll get me round Mallorca 312 ride. I'm not sure it's purely down to the Wheat band, maybe it's also the effort you put into it, but anyway, I digress. Saturday, went out, it was meant to be a kind of shorter, pretty zone 2 aerobic ride. One of the guys who we're going to Mallorca 312 with came over yesterday, so stayed out for a little longer. Did go up a few little hills, but all in all, not too bad, and had a little coffee stop as well. All good. I'm going to ignore the values here on the fitness now. It will be higher than that. It probably gone down by about 5 points. So I went out for a ride last weekend and I had a new power meter, which I was just having a little bit of a issue setting it up, and basically the power meter values were screwed. I set pretty much a PR on every single power value there could ever be, so I deleted that ride just so it didn't skew any of my future efforts around power. That did reduce the fitness value, so I'm kind of ignoring that now, but I'm a little bit lower, I think, where I wanted to be going into Mallorca, but we'll see how that works out next weekend. And today, just finished with another strength workout session. Again, lowered the weights, just going through the motions, getting the body moving, lifting a little bit, but not too heavy, all good. Last training session before the 312, no more strength training, we are done. So that was last week. Let's have a look at if there's anything going on next week before we head over to Mallorca. So coming up this week, tomorrow, little recovery day, nice and easy. Tuesday, typical 1 hour, just zone 2 aerobic ride I will do on the turbo. Wednesday, another little aerobic ride I will do on the turbo. We do not fly, so we'll do a little bit of a whistle stop tour. Wouldn't mind a little bit longer there to acclimatise again, because the weather here is still not great. I was still out at the weekend, wrapped up in layers, and I'm hoping the weather is going to be pretty good in Mallorca, so it might have been nice to go over a few days before, acclimatise a little bit more, but it is not happening. So we fly on Thursday, mess around Friday, we'll get to the expo, go and pick up our numbers, get all prepped, and then, boom, Saturday, it is the event. I have it down here as a 225, that is what I'm planning to do, but we will get to the turning point, see how we're doing for time, see how the legs are feeling, and see who else we can latch onto and see what happens. Just a couple of things to sort out before we go now. We've got to get the packing done, starting to get all the bits together, bike bits, box up the bike, pack all the spares, lid, shoes, nutrition, so much stuff. I need to get that prepped early next week so I'm not scratching around before. And then a couple of first world problems to solve. One, bike choice. Do I take the Trek? Do I take the Enigma? Trek is a little bit lighter, but the Enigma, now it's back. Now I've deloused it from SRAM and it's actually got working gears on it, and it is a much more comfortable ride. It is the bike I've been riding for the last couple of weekends, so I think I'm going to go with the Enigma. That was an easy one. The hard choice is going to be about the next thing, and what sunglasses do I take? Big choice. Do I go with the trusty Pit Vipers, making me look ultra cool, of course, or do I go with the new ones I'm trying out, the Sun Gods? Tricky one. Well, I'm going to go with